Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, I've been trying to get through all my science fiction films that I've been saving up. I had a bunch of old retro films, and there were some from the Retro Sci-Fi Collection, which is a bunch of DVDs I got a while ago. And I've been meaning to watch them, I just haven't had the time. And I finally decided to do a marathon of the first four that I thought looked like sort of expensive ones, or ones I recognised the name. And one of them, actually, Project Moonbase, was black and white. So I put that aside because I'm doing all the black and white ones later. But I did 3 colour films. So instead of a marathon of 4 sci-fi films, I've been doing 3 retro films. The first one is Destination Moon. This was probably the most fun. Basically building a rocket to go to the moon. They have to beat the competition, and they even have like a Woody Woodpecker film that they're watching to get investors to invest in this, because the government can't. It's a lot of politics, which is almost kind of interesting. It did take itself seriously as a film on some level, which I actually respected. It did make $5 million, and it was on a budget of $592,000. It's released in 1950, and I mean the effects are actually decent. There's a few shots where they're showing the building of this shuttle, and I'm like, is that a matte painting? Did they build that on location? Is that a full-size set? Like, it was done fairly well. Probably the most fun is when people are trying to shut them down, and the local government and that's trying to shut them down, and that, and some people are coming in to basically tell them they've been given a notice to stop. They can't launch the shuttle because how dangerous it could be. And they get notice for that, and they just get on the elevator and go up, and they just like, sorry, we can't hear you. They just do it anyway. There's some cowboyness to them, which is, I don't know, on one level it's kind of fun, another level you really think about it, and America and all that's really offensive. But in this film at least it's fun. And they go to the moon, they take off, and they've done a fairly good job. I mean, their faces stretch and they sort of sink back into their recliners, which seem to deflate to give them the effect of pushing into it. And then there are a lot of little tricks, a lot of little things that they've done a really good job of in this film. Eventually they get to the moon, of course, and one of the fun things was they actually all had different colour uniforms, so they knew who was who from a distance. I'm like, well, I know where Gene got that, okay, that's fine. And there's also another scene which Star Trek took something from First Contact, where they're in the shuttle and they have to go out to fix something. So they go out of the airlock and they walk around the underside of the shuttle, and they're upside down, and then they walk around to the top and they go sort of their separate ways. And there's a couple of shots that really were, I think, mimicked in First Contact, when Picard and Worf and the non-canonically gay character, who should have been canonically gay, but was, yeah, those 3 go out on the ship and on the actual surface of the ship. It's actually reminded me of that, and that was good. Now they get there, and I don't know why they had problems getting back, but they had to basically jettison a lot of their equipment to do it, and they still didn't have enough to do it. The ship wasn't light enough, and one of the guys actually decides to stay there because he doesn't believe they're going to get back alive if they all go together, and they decided to all go together and risk their lives. He's like, look, I'd rather just die on the planet. So he gets out, and they eventually find a way to get him back and coax him back in, and they basically rig a way that he can leave his spacesuit behind and some other equipment that they really need, but they decide they can get to the planet without it, and they do get home. They survive happily ever after, and it's just fun. I just had fun watching this film. I almost wish someone would make a modern science fiction film where they don't pay attention to current day science and just do something fun. Like, let's just go to the moon, let's just go to Mars, and don't care about the politics or the reality of it, and just have fun. Because that's the best thing about watching these old films, is that there's so much imagination. And I'm just going to leave it there because it's fun. And I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad I watched these films. I can't believe I have had them on DVD for about 10 years and haven't gotten around to watching them. But Destination Moon, was this fun? I loved it. I'm going to go.